Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really fascinating case study of a beloved American heritage brand that is pulling off a massive corporate pivot. Yep, we're talking about Cracker Barrel. After a seriously turbulent year of changing consumer habits and a highly publicized identity crisis, this iconic chain is executing an impressive turnaround. And how are they doing it? By leaning heavily into exactly what made them famous in the first place: unbeatable value and pure nostalgia. To really get what they're doing right now, we got to look at one specific number: $15.85. That right there represents Cracker Barrel's highly competitive average check size per guest, at least as of their Q3 2026 earnings report. And in the restaurant industry today, that number is an absolute weapon. Now, what's really interesting about this is the stark contrast it paints. When you hold that $15.85 up against the broader industry, casual dining is sitting well over $27 a check, and family dining is over $19. That gives them a massive pricing advantage. In a moment where literally every dollar counts, Cracker Barrel is positioning itself as the ultimate safe haven for the value-conscious consumer. Okay, let's get into Section 1, Squeezed Consumers and Sinking Traffic. So, despite having that awesome pricing edge, it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. Looking at their Q3 2026 data, even though they pulled in an impressive $797.4 million in revenue, foot traffic took a noticeable hit, dropping 6.7%. And because fewer folks were walking through the doors, comparable restaurant sales dipped 2.6% and retail fell 1.8%. Management was super clear about this on their earnings call. This softness is really hitting lower-income consumers the hardest. And honestly, the reasons for this decline are pretty obvious, right? We're all feeling it. Rising gas prices and persistent inflation on eating out are just eating into the discretionary income of the typical American family. I mean, when it costs a fortune just to fill up the tank for a summer road trip, families naturally cut back on dining out. Plus, on the corporate side, those exact same fuel prices are jacking up distribution costs for both the restaurant and the retail sides of the business. It's a total squeeze on both the guest and the operator. Moving on to Section 2, Reversing the Modernization Pivot. Okay, so take all that economic pressure and add a massive identity crisis on top of it. Back in August of 2025, the company announced a major modernization effort. We're talking a new minimalist logo, contemporary remodels, the whole nine yards. Well, as you might guess, that sparked intense backlash from their core customer base, who firmly preferred the traditional vibe. The debate completely blew up online. But rather than dig their heels in, Cracker Barrel's management actually listened. They swiftly restored the classic old-timer logo within weeks. And by September, they completely axed their $700 million remodel plan to protect their bottom line. They even put out a statement declaring your old country store is here to stay. This was a huge strategic return to their core Americana roots. It was basically them telling their loyalists, hey, the rocking chairs on the front porch, the roaring fireplaces, those little wooden peg games, they are not going anywhere. But abandoning the massive remodel didn't mean freezing the stores in time forever. Actually, they shifted to making smart, targeted updates. They're doing low-cost operational and aesthetic tweaks, things like improving retail sightlines, updating the bathrooms, and widening the aisles. It makes the stores way easier to navigate and enhances the whole experience, without losing a single ounce of that vintage charm. Let's dive right into Section 3, the barbell value menu strategy. So how exactly are they fighting back against those traffic declines? With a barbell pricing strategy. It's exactly what it sounds like. You weight both ends of the menu. On one side, you offer highly visible, low-price items to get people in the door, and on the other end, you introduce premium-priced, higher-margin items. This lets you appeal to budget-strapped families while also offering an upsell to guests who have a bit more to spend, which totally protects the company's overall margins. Check out the menu barbell in full action. On the value side, they're aggressively pushing entry-level points, like the $7.99 Sunrise Pancake Special or weekday early dinner deals starting at just $8.99. But right alongside those, you have brand new premium editions, like a smoky southern salmon or a super hearty hash brown casserole shepherd's pie. A guest can come in for a cheap breakfast, or they can drop some money on a premium steak. Everyone has an option. And listen, these aren't just random items tossed at a wall to see what sticks. These specific food innovations cater directly to what their core guests are asking for. By bringing back that highly nostalgic campfire platform, expanding breakfast scrambles to fill menu gaps, and creating bundled shareable duos, they are giving diners exactly what they want. And the data proves it's a home run. These menu tweaks helped boost their guest food taste and satisfaction scores by 5% year over year.
Next up is Section 4, Driving Traffic with Digital Loyalty.
Because having great food at a good price is really only half the battle. This number right here is just staggering. 12 million. That is how many members they have in the Cracker Barrel Rewards program. It's grown into this massive engine for them. And in Q3, member-tracked sales accounted for over 40% of their total sales. That is a highly engaged customer base they can speak to directly without blowing cash on traditional advertising. And they are using that loyalty program brilliantly to help ease their customers' economic pain. Take their Fuel Your Summer Road Trip sweepstakes. When a loyalty member buys an entree, they're automatically entered to win. 25 winners a week get a $500 gas card plus a $500 Cracker Barrel gift card. They know their guests are hurting at the pump during travel season, and this promotion hits the nail on the head. Plus, they're seriously investing in making the whole digital journey completely frictionless. They're rolling out major upgrades to their website and their mobile app. Why? Well, off-premise sales, so catering, to-go orders, third-party delivery, now make up nearly 20% of total restaurant revenue, making it super easy for a convenience-focused, often younger, demographic to order right from their phones is absolutely crucial for their future. Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, Retail Wins and Future Outlook. Shifting our focus over to the country store itself, if you break down the retail revenue mix, apparel leads the pack at 33%, followed by food, toys, and decor. But here's the real kicker. In Q3, retail actually outperformed restaurant sales for the first time in over 4 years. Guests might be watching their dining budgets, sure, but they are absolutely still stopping to browse and pick up affordable stuff on their way out. And what's driving this retail success is actually kind of wild. Under new retail leadership, they totally capitalized on the viral social media success of Nito's sensory fidget toys. Plus, they are seeing massive, high-margin wins with these quirky, collectible salt and pepper shakers. Throw in rapid sellouts of their American heritage items, and some really aggressive SQ rationalization to optimize inventory, and man, that retail store is just humming. Now, contrast those old wooden rocking chairs out front with what's happening behind the scenes. It is a highly technical operation. Cracker Barrel is actively deploying sophisticated AI to protect their margins. They're using machine learning to accurately forecast foot traffic and deploy labor. They even have AI tools automatically resolving guest relations tickets and internal agents mining feedback to give management instant, actionable analytics. So, what does this all mean? Well, the menu barbell, the targeted digital loyalty, the retail optimization, the AI, it is actually working. The company confidently raised the top end of their fiscal 2026 adjusted EBITDA guidance to $125 million. Despite every economic headwind out there, they are becoming more profitable. Their CFO, Craig Pummels, summed it up perfectly. The underlying trend is improving. Yes, the consumer is definitely squeezed, and sure, they had to navigate a really tricky brand pivot, but guest satisfaction metrics are hitting highs we haven't seen since 2018, operational efficiencies are up, and their connection with their core audience is stronger than ever. Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. In an era where every brand feels this intense pressure to endlessly modernize, streamline, and chase the newest tech trend, is doubling down on pure nostalgia, abundant portions, and genuine hospitality actually the ultimate competitive advantage? For Cracker Barrel and its 12 million loyal rewards members, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will catch you on the next one.